Alright, we're back again, live streaming. And it is now 2:01 a.m., so we've been chatting away for 4 hours now, which is normal. Oh, for those of you that were here last week when I disappeared, I kind of explained it earlier and I'll explain it again. As a matter of fact, a couple of people tried to message me and wasn't able to get a hold of me. Y'all were worried because you were hearing an alarm. What happened was I was in the computer room and I smelled something that didn't smell right. And I was following the odor and it went to the vent. So I went down to the basement and I was having a problem with my heater and the filter itself was actually burning. And I had to get a hold of the landlord and he had someone come out right away because of course it was cold out. So I was pretty much gone for about an hour and a half. And when I came back up and realized that I had not said a word, I was like, oh, and I shut down the live stream and all. And but yeah, the alarm that you heard, that was because of what was burning down in the heater itself. Fortunately, I caught it. All's well. Heater got fixed. We're all good to go. Now, Ethan asked me that for this next hour, let's talk about dreams. Dreams and visions that you've had. I think that's really a good topic to shoot on. So, speak about what dreams you've had, what visions you've had recently, especially with all the prophecies being fulfilled. Yes, that makes a lot of sense. Here's where they're connecting the 3 days of darkness, and this has to do with Moses and the curses that were brought upon Egypt. And in Egypt, there were 3 days of darkness. But they're putting a twist on it that I have never seen before, and I have never seen in Scripture. You know, they're talking about it's going to be 3 days of darkness, and you better board up your windows and do this and that, or the demons are going to come in. Don't come out your doors, or you're going to be eaten. And I'm just like, none of that's in Scripture. Yeah, I've seen a lot of visions and a lot of dreams, and I understand that Scripture says that God says in the last days He will pour out His Spirit on all people. Not just Christians, not just Hebrews, not any specific gender or race. He says He will pour out His Spirit on all flesh. Which means those that are not Christians are going to have dreams and visions also. The only thing is they're going to interpret their dreams and visions by their understanding of their faith. Yes, it is, Candy. Absolutely. I don't know. I've had some weird dreams, some really twisted dreams that I normally don't have, but I haven't put much stock into them. I don't know if it's something I ate. See, normally, when my mom got cancer in 1972, and I was having these unbelievable nightmares as a child. I don't remember the whole details as to how it went down, but they had me to see psychologists and dream therapists, and somewhere along the line, I was taught the essentials to lucid dream. So most of my life, I know when I'm dreaming, and I have the ability to control my dreams. Now, occasionally, even if I know it's a dream, I can't control it. I don't know how to explain it. I know it's a dream, and I know I have to go through the dream, but I have no ability to control it. Other times, as I'm dreaming, I can literally change the outcome of the dream. I don't know if you can understand what I'm talking about. Those that know how to lucid dream know what I'm talking about. Those that don't, you just won't comprehend it. But I've had that ability all my life. Interesting. Yes, it's just been. So therefore, when I dream, normally, if I'm starting to have a bad dream, I can change it so I don't have very many bad dreams. Now, I will tell you about a reoccurring dream that I've had that happens every 7 or 8 years in my life that I have no control over. And I know it's a dream. And every time I have the dream, it is absolutely identical as to when I had it before. And this is what happens. I go to sleep. And all of a sudden, I'm on this road. And this road is like a bluish, purplish color. And the fields are like this dark, what's the word I'm looking for? Ominous, dark pink color. And as I'm going down the road, I come upon this female demon. And this female demon has 2 male helpers. And they're coming after me. And I'm on this road. And I look down, and I push my hands down, and I levitate off the road, and I start flying down the road through the twists and turns really fast as I'm flying above the road. And then I come up to this building on the right-hand side, and it's an old, beat-up, run-down house, one of those haunted house-looking style houses, you know. And I come down upon the road, and I walk into the house, and she's in there, and her 2 helpers. And I come upon the first one, and I reach down, and there's this axe. And I start chopping them apart. And then I come upon the second helper, and I do the same thing. And then I come upon her, and then there's this major battle between her and I cut her apart, and I win, and then I wake up. But that's not the end. I literally do wake up. Normally I'll get something to drink. Other times I've had a cigarette to relax, and then I go back to sleep. And when I go back to sleep, all of a sudden I'm falling, and boom, I'm back on that road. And then I hear a big thud behind me, and I look behind, and there's this big headstone, and it says R.I.P. and then my name is on it. And it said, and then I hear her voice saying, "You won't get away this time." And then I wake up, and I don't go back to sleep. And that happens approximately every 7 to 10 years. And the dream is identical every single time. And it's a dream that I can't control. It's one of those lucid dreams that I know it's a dream, but I have no control. I have to follow it through. That's the one tripped out dream that I've had reoccurring. Don't know how to explain it. I don't know what it's about. No one's ever given me an understanding or an interpretation of that dream. So I don't know, just other than the fact that I'm fighting evil. I don't know. But it's freaky. Boo. Duh. I went and filled the other cup up. I bounced back in between. Yes, I know where the dream's going. I have absolute knowledge of where this dream is going and where it's weird. But I have no ability to stop it and no ability to wake up. I have to go through the dream. Some of these dreams that I've been seeing people post online, on YouTube, on Facebook, it almost seems to me that their dream is a pre-interpretation of what they already believe. It's just manifesting in a dream. So therefore they see it as being from God and they got to tell you all about it. And it has nothing to do with prophecy. It has nothing to do with true dreams and visions. It's just a dream. Pre-programming is a good word for it. Well, that I can understand, Ethan. I really can. Um, if y'all have spent the time to actually look down through my main channel, my Paul Adams channel, and find the video that says my story and watch it, I walked a very dark road. And I know about demons, and I know about fallen angels, and I know about their true reality and their existence and how they can affect our reality. Shh, everybody's gone quiet. Now, has anybody here had visions? I mean, waking visions, not dreams. Tell us some, Candy. Tell us about your visions. We want to hear. Well, bow your head for a minute and ask God, what vision do you want me to share? And then follow your heart. That sounds like a plan, Candy. Absolutely. Love to hear that. Even those that are watching this live stream, after the live stream's over, I'm sure that they don't want to hear my voice. They're waiting on what you type. Well, maybe you were meant to remember it now. Yeah, I agree with you, Candide, absolutely. I was quiet. I kind of disappeared for a bit. Let you speak. Yeah, as a matter of fact, we go back to the Geordie Rose uh, speech that he did a couple months ago in Vancouver, where he literally straight out told them that they were summoning the entities, the old ones. If you find the link, um, kind of throw in a couple dots before or after so that the live chat doesn't stop it, because if it the live chat is set up to where if it thinks it's spam, it won't show it. So um, if you like, change the address just a little bit so everybody knows what the address is and they can copy it. And now I had an experience a couple of years ago. I don't know if you could call it a vision, because it literally really happened. So I don't know how I could call it a vision, but let me explain to you what happened. I was in the middle of a 10-day fast. It was like 6 days into it. And I had just got done reading the Bible, and I was on my knees and I was praying. Now, mind you, prior to that, I had been watching a bunch of videos on YouTube, and I had like 20 different tabs open on my browser. And I was in prayer, and I was asking God about what's going to happen to this nation with all the things that are going on, how we're turning so dark and so evil. And while I was in prayer, all of a sudden I started hearing all of this noise coming out of my computer room. So I get up off the floor and I go walking into the computer room, and every one of the videos, there were all the tabs that were open, all were playing all at one time. But here's the thing that was tripped out. In the window that was open, in the tab that was open, I was seeing different scenes from all the different videos that were being played in a sequence, one after another. And not only that, but I was hearing statements being made from each one of the different videos that was head and shoulders above all the background noise, and it was making statements. And I was watching the fall of the United States before my eyes, and a statement that was coming out from this, it blew my mind. It freaked me out, to be honest, you know. I've made a video about it. I've spoken to people about it, and there are many that just say, I was, you know. Yes, I've spoken about this before. This isn't like something that I created out of my own mind. This really literally happened. And when I calmed down, I had to go and shut down every single one of the tabs because every video was playing all at one time. And that's when I knew 2 years ago that the whore that rides the beast, the mystery Babylon, is the United States, and that our judgment will come in one day. And what I saw, our judgment is going to come in one day. It's scary what I saw. When I tell people about it, most people just brush it off like, I ate some bad food or something, and it's like, no, this literally actually happened during a fast. And of course, those that don't believe in fasting and prayer and meditation, they say, well, the only reason why you had that was because, well, you hadn't had anything to eat in 6 days, I know God was speaking. And he showed me things that I even wrote a whole piece and posted it to Facebook back, I don't know, in 2015. God will give you what he feels that you're ready for, and what he feels that he can use you for. That's a long fast, Troy. Now, I didn't see any tidal waves, but I did see fire, and I did see the destruction of New York City, along with about 90% of the other cities in our nation. I mean, literally, I saw the destruction of this nation, not just a city. They don't realize that Scripture speaks about this in depth. And the destruction is going to be so great and so vast. It's a hard answer. But in the United States, you speak about this and people are like, and it fits prophecy to a T. From Daniel and John. And it says, I sit as a queen, and I will not be a widow. Scripture speaks about the arrogance of Mystery Babylon, of the whore. And you talk to people about, and they're like, "Are you crazy? This nation is so powerful. We're so great. Nothing could ever happen to us like that." And we're going, have you actually read the Bible? The destruction of this nation is going to come so fast and so quick, it's going to have people's heads spinning. Those that are left alive. Well, of course they're in la la land. Mostly everybody you meet as they're walking, their head is so glued face down into their phone, they have no clue of what's going on in reality. But they can tell you what's going on Facebook. Boom. Yeah, that ugly guy showed up. Boo. See, the way I see it is, to be honest, um, I would disagree with the pre-trib because I believe tribulation has already started. Now, if you readjusted and said beginning trib, that I would consider. That Christ would come in the beginning of tribulation. That I would consider, but all the evidence shows tribulation has started. Everybody's thinking tribulation is going to start with this major big bang and boom, it's here and oh my God. No, that's not how tribulation is like a freight train. It starts to move slowly, but as it gains speed and power, you cannot stop it to the point where it becomes an unbelievable force, and anything coming before it will get destroyed. That's tribulation. And we're here. To say Christ is going to return at the beginning of tribulation, I'd go, you know what? I could see where that fits in Scripture. But to say Christ is coming before tribulation, I go, well, that's kind of hard because it's already began. In the West, we're so pampered because we live in the seat of Satan. We live within the abomination, within Mystery Babylon. We live within the whore, and we are adored in luxuries that we don't see what's going on in the rest of the world. The rest of the world looks at us like we're some kind of nuts that we don't see because they're being killed. They're being hunted down. They're in devastation. But the West, we don't see it that way. We're like, everything's fine. Everything's good. But of course, we sit in the seat of Satan. He's going to keep us nice and comfortable until he's done with us. Oh, straight up a custom. Look at our society. Look at them. Look at TV. I'm not telling you look at TV. I'm saying look at television right now. What was considered straight out porn is now regular everyday TV. We're coming to our 3-year-olds and saying, you need to decide what sex you want to be. Do you want to be a girl or a boy? Homosexuality, gay marriage. And then the absolute biggest, number one sin committed on the planet, especially in this nation, adultery. Marriage is out the window. We need to get together and move in together and live together for 6 months to a year to see if we're compatible. In the meantime, we're having sex like crazy. But that's okay. Because God knows in our hearts. He knows. Really? Look at the abortion. Yes. Right when I said that, Ethan said it. Abortion. We are killing our young and selling off the body parts. Look at Planned Parenthood. They've been caught red-handed, and the courts have said shut up about it. That we were violating their rights. Absolutely. And if you don't see that, you got to be absolutely blind. Have you been to Washington, D.C.? Literally strewn throughout that whole city is nothing but Roman gods in stone. The Washington Monument, that obelisk. Look at the dimensions of this thing. That is a straight out satanic creation. Yeah, I can definitely see that happening. We now have statues of the Baphomet within our state capitals. We have Satanists giving prayers at our governmental meetings, opening them up. This nation is so far off track from God. People saying that we're a Christian nation. No, this is a secular nation. This is a satanic nation for which Christians live in. And that is exactly where we sit, Ethan. Absolutely. Absolutely. Everything that is good in Scripture is now evil, and everything that Scripture says is evil is good. And there are those saying, I have seen that, Diane. It's like, well, that would kind of make sense. Yep, that is a fact. The majority of those that signed the Declaration of Independence, that signed the Constitution, George Washington himself, they were all Freemasons. Yeah, I've seen that, Lakin. I really have. Yeah. What? Somebody replied to one of my videos, and their response was, "My clone sleeps alone." I'm like, huh? What? Yeah, ain't that a trip? I mean, my understanding, well, of course, I'm older school, I guess. You either like boys or you like girls. You either gay or you weren't. Now, there's like 250 different versions of what you can like and not like, and it's like, huh? Ugh. Excuse me. Just a yawn. I ain't going nowhere. It's basically saying, I need another cup of coffee. You know, I'm going to tell you what. Hands down, y'all that come to this live stream, you are the most awesome, awake people that I know. I mean, we only have 8 people watching, but the conversations we have are mind-blowing and absolutely eye-awakening. I don't know. I'm just one of God's mouthpieces, but you people, the things that you speak about, you open my eyes. Yeah, I pay attention. That's why you see me hush up every so often, and I'm not saying a word because I'm reading. I used to have to look over and have the glasses on and look real close, and over on the other screen and kind of read. Um, but now that I've got the live chat in the live stream, I'm actually able to watch it, and you see me go quiet because I'm reading what you people write. I don't know about a snack, but I'm ready for a refill on my coffee. And believe it or not, we're 15 minutes away from another break. Time just flies by when we're in here. Yeah, I agree with you. Wow. I looked at the clock and went, 2:46. Wow, we're almost ready for another break, so I can break it down for another hour. Doesn't it? It absolutely does. There you go, Diane. I like that answer. Absolutely. What? All right, come here. Come here. I got someone whining at me. So there she is. This is AU. For all of you that don't know AU, how'd she get her name? Because when my brother passed away and I got the cat, he had originally named the cat named Lucky, but when she was a kitten, I'd wake up and I'd have this kitten on my chest looking into my face. And first words out of my mouth was, AU. So I renamed her AU. And look at her, she just loves oh yeah. She just like adores being petted. Yeah. Oh, she's a good girl. Yeah. Oh, look at her. She's like, all right, I'll look at the camera. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Touch my beard. Yeah, that's my girl. And then I got Goofball. She's around here somewhere. That's the orange cat. All right. Come on. You can go up. There you go. Ooh. Yeah, she's super, super affectionate. She just doesn't matter where I go. Whatever room I'm in, she's got to be in my room with me. Even the bathroom. Now, Goofball, well, Goofball got her name because that cat's a goofball, and it's also a nutcase. She's the one that wants to be around you. She wants to rub on you. You pick her up. She's like, oh my God, what are you doing? Other times she's like, oh, pet me. I love it. I love it. Yeah. There you go. What she is, what she wants to be. Yeah, she's at the corner of my screen, kind of being cut off. What? Yep, the lion and the kitty. Hey, Sherry. Good to see you. Boy, we've been having some intense discussion tonight. And I have a funny feeling that we're going to continue to have more intense discussion. All about prophecy, all about scripture, all about, we did dreams and visions. And I'm sure we got more to go. And what would that be, Diane? Oh, yeah. Kind of like that, though. My coffee is done, but we have 8 more minutes before I go to the 1 hour break. Love you too. Glad you could come and join us every Friday night. And God bless you, and I hope you have a great and pleasant weekend. I'm kind of liking the fact that I'm keeping an eye on the clock right now, because what I just process of baby steps, learning to get a little better at this, a little better at this. Before we would do like an hour live stream, and I would cut it and restart back up, and the next one would be like 4 or 5 hours long. And I was thinking about that all week, and I was like, keep an eye on the clock so that it'll be several 1 hour live streams. Yeah, good to see Sherry here. We've been waiting on you. You and candied cupcakes. You were the latecomers tonight. Yeah, we're still waiting on Shirley. Absolutely. What? She's busy cleaning herself. What pets can get away with? I mean, literally, if I was out in public and I was licking myself, I'd probably end up in jail. That or none else. Hey, you. The public is watching you. Quit licking yourself. Oh, big yawn. She's like, ah. Oh. That's a fact. That's scary. There you go. Little kitty, big kitty. What she is, what she thinks she is. All right, we're at about that turn of the hour, a few minutes short. I'm gonna, don't go nowhere, just gonna stop the live stream so it'll upload to the channel to start the next one. And gonna go get myself another cup of coffee. And I will be right back. Peace.